Another day, another swamp. More drainage is happening everywhere we look these days. No swamp is safe from the Trump effect that's traveled across the globe to find a billionaire anti-Trumper and many others arrested in connection with anti-corruption investigations. It looks like anyone who doubted or talked trash on Trump is finally getting drained from the swamp. Just because Prince Alwaleed bin Talal is a prominent billionaire investor who lives across the globe, doesn't mean he's safe from being tossed out of the swamp like a filthy fishing bobber. The same guy who trash-talked Trump back in 2015 was arrested with at least 24 others in an investigation that appears to be slanted towards involvement in some form of corruption. It might also be an attempted power grab from opposing forces who want to see Alwaleed take it down a notch. Night Times reports. He controls the investment firm Kingdom Holding and is one of the world's richest men, owning or having owned major stakes in 21st Century Fox, Citigroup, Apple, Twitter and many other well-known companies. The prince also controls satellite television networks watched across the Arab world. The sweeping campaign of arrests appears to be the latest move to consolidate the power of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the favorite son and top advisor of King Salman. At 32, the Crown Prince is already the dominant voice in Saudi military, foreign, economic and social policies, stirring murmurs of discontent in the royal family that he has amassed too much personal power. And at a remarkably young age. It seems like we're talking about a Jedi from Star Wars, but this is real life on the other side of the sea in Saudi Arabia. One might get a cheap laugh out of calling them princes and kings, but their bank account sure isn't much of a joke. Their way of life and titles may differ from those in America, but they live a life of politics very similar to ours, which is one filled with more drama than watching a 24-hour binge of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Judging by what the Night Times reported, it seems like there's a struggle between the king and multiple people, including anti-Trump Prince Alwaleed, who spoke very poorly of then-presidential candidate Trump back in 2015. Night Times reported a hotel evacuation, an airport being closed, and all as part of a plan to prevent people from fleeing and avoiding their arrest. The king had decreed the creation of a powerful new anti-corruption committee, headed by the Crown Prince, only hours before the committee ordered the arrests. Al Arabiya said that the anti-corruption committee has the right to investigate, arrest, ban from travel, or freeze the assets of anyone it deems corrupt. The Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh, the de facto royal hotel, was evacuated on Saturday, stirring rumors that it would be used to house detained royals. The airport for private planes was closed, arousing speculation that the Crown Prince was seeking to block rich businessmen from fleeing before more arrests. This plays out like the script of a movie. But this is how it all unfolded as people were arrested. Sounds like an elaborate plot to contain people before they ran away too far to avoid arrest. President Trump must have gotten the last laugh after learning about his Twitter-foe being arrested under the anti-corruption investigations. Prince Alwaleed was giving interviews to the Western news media as recently as late last month about subjects like so-called cryptocurrencies and Saudi Arabia's plans for a public offering of shares in its state oil company, Aramco. He has also recently sparred publicly with President Donald J. Trump. The prince was a part of a group of investors who bought control of the Plaza Hotel in New York from Mr. Trump. And he also bought an expensive yacht from him as well. But in a Twitter message in 2015, the prince called Mr. Trump a disgrace not only to the GOP but to all America. Trump is president now. So how's it working out? Great for America, that's how. Let's make things a bit more intense. There's word on the interwebs that Trump's internet sparring partner was a pro-Hillary Clinton Foundation donor, shoveling upwards of $25 million their way. It's physically impossible for humans to count out loud to 1 million. But it should have been illegal for people to donate $25 million to a foundation that has been so heavily criticized over the years. The Wall Street Journal reported that Waleed's bail was set at $6 billion. Saudi authorities are demanding at least $6 billion from Saudi Prince Alwaleed bin Talal to free him from detention. People familiar with the matter said, potentially putting the global business empire of one of the world's richest men at risk. What do you think happens next?